Welcome to the MP1 Motor Assembly walkthrough. The tools required are the following. With the motor's mounting flange facing upwards, install the shaft with the front bearing and cup assembly into the housing until it hits the stop. The outer bearing cup is slip fit with the housing. The custom tool shown serves as a support for the shaft and bearing assembly when the housing is turned upside down. A similar tool may be used to ensure the shaft does not fall out of the housing during the subsequent steps. This tool was 3D printed, and the part drawing can be provided upon request if needed. While supporting the shaft bearing, turn the housing upside down and install the thrust plate. The thrust plate will have a flat side and a side with a chamfered edge. The side with the chamfered inner edge goes to the housing, and the flat side goes to the slippers. Apply some hydraulic fluid on the thrust plate surface. Turn the housing on its side and install the cylinder block assembly. Install the rear shaft bearing cup into the end cap if it was removed. The bearing cup is press-fit into the end cap as shown. Lubricate the end cap O-ring with petroleum jelly. Install the O-ring in the end cap O-ring groove. Apply a liberal amount of petroleum jelly or assembly grease on the gray side of the valve plate. Note the direction of the valve plate and install it with the yellow side facing upward by aligning the holes in the valve plate with the pins in the end cap. Install the rear tampered roller bearing on the rear end of the shaft. Install the two dowel pins into the dowel holes in the housing. Lubricate the cylinder block surface. Carefully install the end cap onto the housing. Align the shaft with its respective bore in the end cap. Ensure the bolt spacing pattern matches with the housing. Loosely install the end cap bolts. The end cap should seat fully onto the housing with only light pressure. Using a 6mm internal hex wrench, tighten the end cap screws following a star pattern. Tighten bolts to 20 Nm. Position the motor with the shaft pointing upward. Install the beveled retaining ring using snap ring pliers. There will be two retainer rings. It is critical to install the beveled one in the correct position during this step. The flat side must face the bearing. The tool shown serves as a seal driver to apply even pressure when installing the shaft seal and to protect the shaft. This tool was 3D printed, and the part drawing can be provided upon request if needed. Lubricate new shaft seal. Press into housing until it bottoms out using a hammer or press. Press evenly to avoid binding and damage to the seal. Install support washer. Install the second retainer ring using snap ring pliers. This retainer ring is flat and does not have a direction requirement. If a dust seal is used, lubricate it with hydraulic fluid and install in the orientation shown. Install the dust seal retainer ring using snap ring pliers. Lubricate the speed sensor seal with petroleum jelly or assembly grease. Install speed sensor. Install screw using a 5mm internal hex wrench with torque to 8 Nm.